imagine you in a workout video.
Unbelievable.
You know, a lot of people have said, DDP, come on, regular guy? You're a 3-time world champion. You're not a regular guy. Well, you know what? I am a regular guy. But this guy right here, without a doubt, is a regular guy. For 20 years, I tried to get him into working out. I tried every workout there was, from aerobics to running to weightlifting to
yelling,
screaming,
begging, and pleading.
And just never did it. And just watched him get bigger, bigger and bigger and bigger and more unhealthy by the week. I hit him with this YRG thing about 8 months ago, and somehow there was a switch that turned on. So what was that switch, Smokey?
The switch was that I wanted to live more life. I wanted to grab the life that I had and expand on it. And I've rarely found something that made sense. It was a logical, body-friendly, and mind-changing way to help myself. And that's what it really came down to, helping myself. My buddy, Diamond Dallas Page, opened the door, but it took me to go rushing through it. And YRG was the way I did it.
Because really what it comes down to is I didn't do the work for you. You did it all. I just lit a spark, and you took it and ran with it. And the only reason you did was because you set goals. You know, here's a guy who, one of the most creative individuals I know, but at the same time, having so many people respect him, he didn't respect himself. And when he finally turned around and said, you know what, I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to grab a hold of it and take control. He set a goal for himself that in 14 months, on his 50th birthday, he was going to have lost 50 pounds.
And I saw that as a realistic goal. 50 pounds, 14 months, hell, I could do that.
You don't want to set yourself up to fail, especially when it comes to setting goals. And you got to write it down. You see, if you do not write it down, it means nothing. It's worthless. It's just a dream in your head. Now, if you go to DiamondDallasPage.com, you can read Larry Smokey Genta, or Smokey as I call him, read Smoke's story. And what the most powerful thing that he wrote on that first journal, at the end of that first page, which is only about 2/3 of a page, he wrote, "You will be amazed." So he had already seen it in his mind. I don't even think he really believed it. Did you?
I was ready to believe it. Let's put it that way. I was ready to believe it. And every day, and that was the key, every day I made a commitment to change my life. And I was amazed first.
So 7 months later, you're 73 pounds down, you're 58 inches leaner, you're stronger. You know, what would you say some of the key points of your...
But you know, Paige, you're right. The statistics were I lost over 70 pounds. I lost over 58 inches. But the chip on my shoulder, the weight on my head, the outlook that expanded, that was the real measure.
See, what it comes down to, when you're about to set a goal like this, all right, you got to be specific. It's got to be measurable. In other words, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, measurable, in 14 months. It's got to be achievable. That's totally achievable. That's less than 3 pounds a month. But the key component here, it's got to be compatible. S-M-A-C, SMAC, specific, measurable, achievable, and compatible. If you were eating Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kremes over that period, that ain't compatible.
I know a lot of Dunkin' Donuts success stories, don't you?
Yeah, right. The bottom line is it's about your mindset. You've got to change your mindset before you change anything, before anything's going to happen. And after you've changed your mindset, well, then you got to change your lifestyle. And that will come down to what you put in your mouth. And I remember you saying you started to think of food as fuel.
Absolutely. You know, it's easy to make excuses. I don't have time. I'm eating on the run. I go to sleep at a different hour than you do. Well, all of that was true with me, but I did. I set those goals. Nutrition, I started looking at food. Instead of being medicine, I looked at it as being fuel for my body, fuel for my goals. And those practices of progress worked daily, and they became weekly, and now it's become a way of life.
And the fuel's in your body, and you're getting energy, and you're watching yourself not only get smaller, but you're getting more flexible. So you're getting more lean while you're becoming more flexible. So you're seeing the goals appear right before your eyes.
Now those are the physical things. The mental things were I was more productive. I couldn't imagine that I could be more creative, but I was. I couldn't imagine that I could fit this weight loss, this change of life into my productive daily life. You really can modify this workout to fit you. Got a bad leg? I got 3 pins in this hip. Got a bad schedule? No one's got a worse schedule and sleep pattern than I did. But I was able to change it day by day.
The funniest part about this whole thing is that Smoke here, who never worked out a day in his life, is now the spokesperson for YRG. Because because if he can do it, guess what? So can you.